Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy decencygrafixs here, and I would like to welcome each and everyone to my channel. If you are new here, thanks for coming around. If you are old too, I really appreciate you for staying around. So in today's video, we are doing a tutorial on how to design a social media poster for a jewelry shop with Photoshop, and this is coming up. Alright, so we are here in Photoshop. So what I will do is I'll head over to create new. Then I'm going to go by the 8 by 8 inches size. For the name, I'm going to use the name of my client's business and add a flyer. Then the resolution, I'm going to use a 300 pixels that hit on create. So for my background, I just over here and then bring in this background. Yes. So I'm going to make it a white background design. So I'm going to use the white parts. I'm not going to use the yellow or blue. So I'll come from my rectangular selection and then I make a selection out of this. Then hit on Ctrl J to make a copy of the selection. So now I can delete the original one. Then I have what I want. So I just hit on Ctrl T, then expand it. So I'll expand it to fill the canvas. So I would keep it an opacity of 20. I don't want it too bright, yes. So we don't have our background. So I'll head over to view, then create new guide layout. Then I'll keep it at 200 pixels for the margin. I hit on OK. And I'll go for a guide to have to place it in the middle. Yes, so I have one in the middle. And then it starts working. So she gave me a logo which I didn't really like because the logo was in the flyer she gave me and she said I should take it up. So the logo is not clear. So for this reason, I'm going to head over to my rectangular shape, then select the eclipse. Then I'll draw holding shifts to have the correct circle. I'll draw, then it's white, so I'll bring it around this area. Yes, I think this area is okay. Then I'll come in and bring in this logo. So I took this logo from the flyer she sent me. So as you can see, it's not clear, it's not visible. So I'm going to bring in this logo and then I'll create a clipping mask. So make a right click and create clipping mask. So it's going to be inside the circle. Yes, something like this. Although her logo is not much needed, but she wanted it to be in the flyer, so I just holding Control, select Eclipse and make Ctrl G to make a group so that I can move both the logo and the circle at the same time. So I need to check the positioning, I think. Yes. So what we are going to do next is the name. So type in the name of the business. Looking at the name, this quite long, so I'll go in for the first name, copy, and then I paste it. I think the D didn't come, so I'll bring my D press. So I'll just Ctrl T to transform. I don't want to use the font size and Ctrl T to transform. Then I want this to be online, so I'll try the T to be on the line of the guide. Then I'm going to have something like this. So the font I'm using is Dexa black, and then with my spacing is -75. Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a gradient color. So I just head over to my FX and then gradient overlay. Yes. So let's go for basic. So that's So with the dark side, I'm going to use this color code. Don't worry, all the files I use will be in the link in description. This color code, and then this one is going to be this. So yes, so we are going to have something like this. I'm going to reverse it and increase the scaling, and I'll turn this one to, I think, -53. Yes, -53. then push it downwards. So we have something like this. Yes. So we are done with the first name. So I can make a Control J, that is a copy of the name, and then drag it downwards, holding Shift so that it won't move out of the alignments. Double click on it, then I bring it the next name, that's closest to it. So I paste it, then I'll change the font to about 9 less because it's too length. Yes. So let's drag it to right here and then scale it upwards. And I think it's okay, not bad. So we have something like this, but for this one, the gradient value, I'll push this here a little bit to about 38. Then I'll drag this one over here a little. Good. So we are done with the name. What we are going to do next is that, you see, I'm not really seeing my background and the logo. So I'll head over to my background here and add a solid color. Then this color is going to be a little bit darker, you see. So it's going to be a little bit as compared to pure white. So it's going to be a little bit darker so that the logo can pop up small. Sure. So as we can see, the name is even too close to the logo. So I just drag it down. Very good. So I'll come to my shapes to then select the rectangle. Then I draw a rectangle over here, holding Shift to have correct sized rectangle. Then I create a rectangle over here and then we push it down a little. Yes, I think. So for the color, let's over to the properties thing. I'm going to use a gradient, the gradient I used. So this time, negative 53. Let's reverse it. Yes, good. So we are going to have something like this. Then we are going to draw another rectangle. So holding Shift. But this, we are going to add a stroke to the rectangle. So a white stroke. I'm not sure those pure whites. Yes. So we add a white stroke to the rectangle. Then it includes whatever. I don't know. Okay, so let's keep it around 5 heads. 5 is quite small. So we also will extend. Yes, so let's drag it over here. Let's make sure it's aligning. Then make a Control J. Yeah. So I think we could. So let's Control T to make them big. So we have something like this. Then we drop them in the middle. I think, yeah, yep. So we hit on Control J to make a copy, so that you are going to have something like this, and then Control Shift, then select all the rectangles and hit on Control J to make a group. So now we need to make sure the spacing in between it's the same. So with our most recent one, we just drag it upwards a little bit. Too close. I think it's okay now. So with the G, then let's center this variable in our rectangle. You can use the arrow keys to make that alignment. Good. So now we are done. So we need to clip in max images into the rectangle. So we're going for the very first rectangle. Then we're bringing our image. So I'm going to go in for this image. Bring it into Photoshop. And as I said earlier, try and add shortcuts to the Photoshop keys. See, as I said earlier in my other clips, so I have my shortcuts. So I just clip in max, then I'm good to go. You see. But if you don't use a shortcut, you can use a quick clipping max, and then same process. Good to go. So let's position this well over here. But then, okay, about so let's move to the next rectangle, and then let's bring in this bracelet or what? I don't even know. So let's drop it here. Create a clipping mask for it. Post reference. Okay. Then next, okay, let's bring in these earrings. But we won't let the hands come, so let's create the clipping mask, and then we will let it cover up everything. So let's think this is something like this. Yes. So then the last one, okay, so the rings. So create a clipping map. Initially it's quite big. Let's just run this so that we won't have any background. So it's going to be something like this around that area. Yes. So what we are going to do next is we are going to add this here or our products. What's the pre-sale? That is what she gave me. So I'm going to draw in a line. So I'll come here for a line tool and draw a line across up to this place. So let's have a line over here. Head over to properties, then okay, since this one, I don't know why properties didn't come, so let's use this one, and then we increase it. So we are done with the width, right? So let's 5% width. Very good. So afterwards, what we are going to do is we are going to come over here and then make a rectangle around this area. So before that, I'll bring in a ruler. Yes, I think this area. Then I bring one to around this area. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. So we are going to start off our rectangle from this area. Then we drop it over here. So we are going to turn off this thing, and then we change this to, let's see, 70. Let's see, 70 is okay. It won't even go up to 70. So let's keep that 20. Yes, I think 20 is okay. Then we change the color to a gradient. So the gradient we are using. So we just have to change it to reverse and negative 53, I think. Oh, sorry. Bring it to 53. Now let's try with because it's quite showing too much. Well, let's keep that 0. Let's see something. Okay, sure. So let's keep that 0. And then let's track this a little bit. Yeah. So let's move this thing out of this group because this group is for only the images. Sure. So we have this symbol here. We're going to add a text. That's our products. So we'll copy and then paste it. Yes. So we take the move to there. We drag this over here. Since it's too big, let's give it around 4 and see for it. So let me see something. Let me zoom out. So maybe the rectangle is too small. Yes, it's too small. So let's increase our rectangle. Sorry, it's because I zoomed in. So yes, so something quite big. we need to change this to the 70 I was talking about. And yes, so we can change the font color for our products to white so that we can see it very well. Then we keep this at 10, let's see. Then we turn off this spacing, so we use the original spacing and turn it to big. So let's keep that as 9. Good. So we're going to change the styling to bold. We don't want it to be too big, so bold. And I think around this area is okay. Let's keep that in and see something too. Maybe since it was a bold, we have issues. Yes, so I think 10 is okay. So keep that 10. And then what we are going to do next is that we are going to list the product she sells. So we will bring in shapes from the custom shapes. I got this shape online. Yes, so I'm going to bring in this. So you can download the shape too, but I don't actually know where I kept my, but I will try my possible best and get the shape for you so that you can download it and use that well. So don't worry, I'm going to give you the shape for you. So let's drag it to this place a little bit, and then the color for the shape, I want to use this deep side of our gradient, so it's going to look like this. So let's bring in our text, and then afterwards we can see how we are going to position the shapes. So we have pins, rings, and etc. So let's see. Let's paste it and then our ringlets. Rings. Etc. So let's change the color. This color. So for this one, it should be big. The writing should be big. So I'm gonna increase the font. So about like 24 to 80 green. And too big. Well, let's take down the spacing and see. It's quite too, so let's keep it around 21. Start at 20. Okay, then we reduce the space over between the paragraph spacing again. I think we keep this at 20. Then what I do was 20.5. I can even increase it using the transform to if I want. So that's sure. Then what's this? Yeah, good. So let's bring it down. So now with our arrows, we just have to align them properly. Hit on Ctrl J and make a home for sun. Then I'll drag it holding shifts. So the positioning, it should be well positioned. So I'm just going to make a copy of these two arrows, Ctrl J, and drag them. And automatically, I'm going to get the C for them. Well, I think here is okay. And the last command. Yes, we are done with this side of the flyer. So what we are going to do next is on the other side. Well, let me bring in a rectangle, a ruler guide over here. So I'm going to have something like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a shape, a rectangular shape, in the very top, down to let's see, this place. Okay, sure, down to this place. And then I'm going to turn off, okay, it's already turned off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn the borders of the down layer. So the layer at the very bottom, I'm going to turn the borders to a specific number so that it won't be the same. So I'm going to keep it around 200 pixels down here and 200 pixels at the other side too. So hold on, let's arrange this. So for the naming, actually our products and this rectangle, they all work together, so let's put them to good. So now I'm going to bring in an image. I think this one, the beats, and also the images I use for this flyer, I don't have any relations to them. I took them from Instagram, so I'm not going to leave these specific images. What I'm going to leave are the ones I usually use that I have. I know it's of no copyright claims, but for the rest, kindly go find your own images. Yes. So Control T. Let me scale this side rather. I think it's good all over here. Yes. Alright, so we're good. So what we are going to do next is we should bring in the details of her business. So that is her telephone number and IG. So we're going for social media tools. Our social media tools, where we are going to bring in first of all the WhatsApp and phone, since she has two numbers, or either ways you can WhatsApp or call her. So let me group this. Actually, if you know me well, you know I like grouping my layers so that I don't get distracted sometimes when you're working. So I'm going to also group this so that I can scale it down, group it, then bring it over here. Oh, okay, so my guides are gone. Sorry. Okay, so let's drag it to my and let's increase it a little bit. So we are going to hit on Control G, but the color is going to change. I'm just going to hit on FX and go to color overlay, and then for the color I'm going to use color is for this one. Yes, hit on OK. We're good. So it's going to be WhatsApp or core. So the WhatsApp will be in fonts, and then the core, that is a phone logo, would be right here. Let me zoom out first before I make something smaller. I don't know why this thing is going backwards. Okay, so WhatsApp or core. So you need to type that at least. So let's see. Yes. Okay, WhatsApp or call. Okay, so for the fonts, I'm going to, should I use a book or a lights? Of course, it shouldn't be that visible. And then we'll scale it down to this side. So let's see. I'm going to push it right over there. And then I drag it. Listen. So good. So it's going to be a WhatsApp or call. Let's drag it down. It's like in the middle. So WhatsApp or call. Let's make a duplicate of the WhatsApp or call. Then her telephone number would come. I missed the call. Paste it. Then for that, I'm going to use black. So I'm going to use an exact black and bring it over here. So to this position rather, then scale it up. Sorry. Something like, we do have something like this. Let's drag it down a bit. So for the Instagram, I don't know. So let's bring in a rectangular shape. Oh, should I use? Okay, no problem. Either way, you can use a rectangular shape or you can go for the rounded rectangle. Always the same for what I'm about to do. So I'm just going to keep a pixel of 50 this one. 50 all around. We could. So the name of her Instagram is this one, I think. Copy. So just going to paste the name Instagram. One more thing, since we are in this layer, if we have to drop anything, it will take the properties and styles of the layer. I'm sorry, the group. So I'm just going to move this to upwards since we are not part of the WhatsApp group. Yes, as you can see, the rectangle was even taking its style and color from to white. So change this to white and reduce the font size to about 14. Still small. Let me use the transform. So I think the tool is okay. Let me bring in the Instagram icon, then let's see how best we can position this. So let's track it downwards to upwards. So we have something like this, and then we add Instagram. We change the font size to book, and sorry, the font style and to book, but for the size I'm going to keep it full. Why am I having this? Okay, I'm going to keep it at 12 for the font size, and then drag it to the right. Okay. So let's see. So space into the Instagram is quite okay. So let's make sure it's in the middle. Really be able to move it, so you can skin it upwards a little bit, and also can bring this up, increase it a little bit small. Okay, I think this is okay, so let's bring it down about let's show, and then we bring the Instagram to down so that it won't be that of the space. So voila, we are good to go. It was your boy decencygrafixs here, taking you through how to design a very simple flyer for a jewelry shop with Photoshop. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video to your fellow creatives who want to learn Photoshop. Thank you, and see you later.